to meditation through the seasons. It's time to warm up. So please come to a standing position. Give yourself a nice stance where you can go into a twist. Shifting weight from one foot to the other. Allowing those arms to dangle. The shoulders to relax. And the breath to be free and easy. As we're doing this twist, let's tune in to our winter water element. And let's start with the ball of our foot. So as you shift your weight, lift the heel so the ball of the foot can have a connection to the earth. Because there we have our kidney energy, kidney 1 point, making a connection to the earth. If at any time you get tired, of course, you can stop or modify. And now, as you're doing the twist, let's bring our attention to our arms, gently tapping the body. But let's now add a little bit more effort to bring the back hand up to tap the kidney area in the back. Again, to stimulate our kidney energy as part of the water element here. Still let those arms be free, let the breath be full, but staying connected, thinking about that kidney 1 point, the ball of the foot. Good. Keep it going a little bit more. The last thing I want to add are the ears. So as you're turning, let the head turn, and it's as though you're listening with one ear and then the other. Let the head turn with the body if you can. If you get dizzy, please don't. But think about the ear as being the connection as you turn. The ear is our sense organ for the water element. And now slowly lower those arms, release. Come to a still point and take a moment to really go inward to feel the increased circulation of all the fluids, our lymph, our blood, cerebral spinal fluid. Great. And now, circling the shoulders around, warming up the joints in a circular motion. Other direction. Bringing fingertips to shoulders and doing a little swimming, one elbow and then the other. And let the body accommodate this action. Circle the other way. So the feet are still rooted to the earth, but the knees are slightly bent. The hips and knees can swivel a bit. The spine accommodates, even the head and neck. Good. Come back to center and bring the elbows forward, touching or not, and then open wide, squeezing the shoulder blades in the back. And come forward and open wide. Once more, forward. Now, keep those shoulder blades squeezed behind and then gently open the arms behind you. Open wide, squeezing back there. We're holding. And then shake it out. A lot of awareness here in the shoulders and neck. Shake it all out. From here, coming into Scarecrow, having strings, puppet strings for the elbows, and circle the forearms around. Both directions, switching direction. Release. release those arms down and circle the wrists. One way, and then the other. Good. And again, shake it out. A wide stance, hands on the hips. Slight bend in the knees to lower the center of gravity, really connecting to the earth. And allow the body to circle. And the hips will accommodate the spine, circling one direction. And now the other way, thinking of the spine moving. Yes, the hips will move and the head, but think about moving the spine. Good, and come back up. Now, keeping the spine a little bit straighter, let's circle those hips around. Hula hooping. And the other direction. And gently release. Holding onto a chair if you'd like. Shifting your weight to one foot so the other foot, the ball of the foot is touching. Again, that kidney one point is connecting here. And take the knee around and let that hip and knee and ankle all circle. Fluid, circular movement. And then go the other way, the hip, the knee, and the ankle. You'll feel a little massage on the ball of the foot even. Good. Now the other side. Again, lifting the heel and let that hip, knee, and ankle go around and around. And then the other way. Good. And rest. Shake it out. All right, we've been doing all different types of fluid movement with some Qigong and our Tai Chi, our swimming dragon. Today we're going to be doing a movement that we haven't done for a while, and that is flowing through the arms. So lift the shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers, and by the time they get to the wrist and fingers, the shoulder comes down. So you've got this beautiful ripple and wave through one side. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers, and it's a reverse. Good. Now try the other side and just see if you can't get a flowing thing. Now, if you end up doing the wave a whole different way than I'm doing, doesn't matter, but just see if you can't get that articulation. And it's sequential. From the shoulder to the elbow, wrist, fingers. Good. And the coming down also is sequential. Great. It's a lot for the shoulders. Wide stance. Let's try one side and then the other, and we're going to let the body accommodate. So this actually might be a little easier. So soft knees again, and see if you can't get that flowing, rippling, almost has an octopus kind of feel now that I'm looking at those little boxes in Zoom. But here you go. One side and then the other. So one elbow goes up while the other one comes down. The body sways side to side. Good. And gently release. Take a moment to feel those shoulders. A lot of work in the shoulders and upper back. Shake it out. Let's go into our swimming dragon. Bringing the feet as close together as you can. Just take a moment to, again, feel that suppleness and fluidity as you're bending those knees and letting the body tip. Good. All right. Making sure that you're not gripping and pulling the toes up away from the earth, but really spread the toes and be grounded here. Soft stance, hands at the heart. And begin. Knees tip to one side, sleep. Round forward. The hips go back as the arms come forward and swing around, sleep to the other side. Now swimming. Fingertips at shoulder height, waist, point down toward the knees. Back up to the waist, shoulder, sky, and open wide. Hands to the heart again. Sleep the other way. Round forward and sleep. Swimming, shoulders, waist, knees, back up to waist, shoulders, sky, and open wide. Great. We're going to do it again, and if you would like to add the lift of those heels as you reach skyward, raising those heels, that's great. If you don't, that's fine too, not a problem. Get into the flow. Here we are. Hands at the heart, soft stance. And sleep. Rounded forward. And swimming. Shoulders, waist, knees, waist, shoulders, sky. Lifting those heels if you choose. And opening wide. Circling those arms right back, hands at the heart. And sleep. Round forward. And sleep. And shoulders. Waist. Knees. Waist. Shoulder. Sky. Lifting those heels if you choose. And open wide. Beautiful. All right, shake it out. Let's go into our water element Qigong. Again, there's quite a lot with the shoulder joints because we're going to be going into our big circle. And as we go into that big circle, again, the body accommodates. So the knees will bend, you bring the knees forward, then the hips come forward as you gently arch, as the arms come back behind you, up and over, and then come into a forward fold. Bring your hands to the back of the legs, trace up the back of the legs, back of the hips, low back, tap the kidneys, go back the way you came, sliding down the back of the legs as you do your forward fold. And then switch your hands to the inner aspect of the legs, coming in and up. And then pause at the crease of the hips. And release. Great. So we're going to take this a couple more times. And again, that rippling action through the body is important. If you feel any discomfort in the low back, so when you bend the knees and press the knees forward, the hips forward, squeeze the buttocks so that you can get that ripple without any strain. So see what you can do with that part, and you can make it small or you can make it big. You decide. What makes it look big, however, are the arms. So really, if that little ripple through the body is not huge, right? It's really the arms that make it look really big. Let's give it a try again. Slight bend in the knees. And now deeper bend. Knees go forward, hips go forward, arms reach back, up, and over. Forward fold. Tracing the back of the legs with your hands, coming all the way up the back of the body. And gentle tap to the kidney. And going back down in that forward fold, tracing back down the back of the legs. Switch, bringing your hands to the inner aspect of the legs. And pause at the hips. Again, bend the knees. Knees come forward, hips come forward, arms circle back, up and around. Forward fold. Hands to the back of the legs. The knees can bend as much as you need as you trace the back of the body and tap the kidneys. Going back down. Hands come to the inner aspect of the legs as you come back up. And pause right here at the hips. Shake it out. We just traced the bladder and kidney meridians or energy pathways, not the entire ones, but our bladder energy comes down the entire back of the body, and our kidney energy comes up the inner aspect of the legs, the lower body, into the upper body, into the core. Find a seat. I'd like to do our leg stretch. Last week we did that last exercise seated one at a time. Today we're just going to do the leg stretch to open up the back of the leg. It's so important, especially with so much sitting that we've been doing. So sitting tall in your chair, let's begin by lifting one knee up and just hugging that leg in to your comfort level. It's a good hip stretch. And then gently release. Stretch that leg out. So you might need to come toward the front of your chair, but have your toes point skyward. Good. One hand on top of the other on the thigh of the straight leg. Inhale tall. And exhale, glide down toward the ankle. Inhale back up. So we're just beginning to feel that stretch. Find where your stretch is. Exhale. And inhale up. Now this next time we're going to stay over for a few breaths and really settle in, exhaling down, and then settle into this beautiful stretch. Release the back of the neck. Relax the shoulders and jaw. Staying here in this forward fold. Breathing and opening the entire back surface of the body on this one side. On your next inhale, gently slide back up. And release. If you're dizzy, take some of those quick steps. Acknowledge how your legs are feeling, especially the back of those thighs, back of the knee. Maybe there's a real difference in the two sides. Just acknowledge that awareness. Let's even out and go to the other side. So bend that knee up and squeeze it in. Relax those shoulders. And gently release. Stretch out that leg so that the heel is really anchored. Oh, this way. The heel is really anchored and the toes pull up toward the sky. One hand on top of the other on the top of that straight leg thigh. Inhale tall. And exhale, gently glide down to the beginning of the stretch. Just have that awareness. And inhale back up. And exhale, glide down. And inhale up. Now this third time we're going over and we'll stay over in the stretch. So exhale, glide down, settle in. Find just the right spot for you to relax and breathe. Releasing any tension in your jaw and neck here while you're in this nice stretch. Opening the back surface of the body. And on your next inhale or exhale, doesn't matter, slide on back up. And make sure your eyes are clear. Again, quick little marches. Great. All right, so here we are, moving into our Doyen 12-step Qigong phrase, our seventh phrase today. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of it, but we're going to do just the upper body because it's a pretty complex one. Do you remember when we first learned double fish, all the pieces that went into that? Well, here's another one that's going to take us a little while. But let's begin. So this seventh phrase begins with the arms, the back of the hands touching. This will look familiar. The back of the hands touch, and you have the knuckles, and then you bring the elbows in just a little bit for the poof as you open up. That's something that we've done before, right? Let's try it again. Back of the hands together, and knuckles. Bring those elbows in just a little bit to do the poof. Good. And end with the palms up. Almost looks like goddess pose arms. So the elbows are relaxed and down, the shoulders are relaxed and down, and you've got the palms, and an energetic connection with the heaven for this moment. And release. Once more, back of the hands touch, knuckles, elbows come in, poof. Open wide, palms to the sky. Good. From here, we're going to be turning, and I'm your mirror, so you're going to be turning your body to the left slightly. When you do that turn to the left, your left hand will make a soft fist, and you're going to turn the soft fist so it points either out or slightly down. All right? So it's a very small movement, but here we are with the two palms up. We gently turn our bodies to the left and we make a soft fist. The right hand, however, will gently swing around in front of the body, and then a soft fist will pull back. Almost like drawing a bow, but not quite. Good. And when we do that, our bodies come back more central. Release. It's very subtle, that little tiny shift of the spine. But let's see what we can do. Let's begin. Back of the hands touch. Knuckles, elbows come in, poof. Open wide. A little turn to the left, and you're going to make a fist with the left hand as you keep the palm up with the right. Untwist as you do a soft fist with, and you just come back to center with that right arm. Good. So one hand is, actually it comes down a little lower. Sorry. One is around the chest height. The other one is more at the waist height with that fist. Okay? We're still staying on the left side. Let's do it another time before we try it on the right side. And back of the hands together. Knuckles, poof. Open wide, palms to the sky. A little turn to the left as you make a soft fist with the left hand. The right arm comes around, and then you untwist a little fist, elbow right here. And you might have noticed that that hand on that left side came down a bit to the waist height, or hip height, whereas the chest height for the upper hand. Great. Release. Let's do the same phrase to the right. And back of the hands touch. Knuckles, elbows come in, poof. Both hands, palms toward the sky. From here, a little turn of the body to the right, soft fist with the right hand. The left hand comes around, and as you draw that elbow back, notice how this right hand comes down to waist height. Your body returns to center. Good. It's an interesting look, yeah, with one arm, or both arms in totally different positions. When we get the lower body into it, it'll make a little more sense. Let's do the right side once more. And back of the hands touch. knuckles, knuckles, poof. A little turn to the right as the right hand makes a fist, the left hand comes across the body, and then as you draw that fist at chest height, return to center. And release. Let's do left and right. And back of the hands together. Knuckles, knuckles, elbows come in, poof, open wide. To the left, turning the body to the left, left hand makes a fist, and the right hand sweeps across. The left hand comes down a bit as the right elbow comes across and you come back to center. And release. Going to the right side. Sorry, I have to remove that from my screen. To the right side, back of the hands together. Knuckles, knuckles, elbows come in, poof. Palms skyward. A little turn to the right, soft fist. The other hand comes across, making a soft fist as you return to center. And release. Beautiful. Let's finish with a lovely stretch, a nice twist. So your choice of crossing at the ankles, crossing at the knees, or crossing the ankle and knee. This might be a really nice stretch for the hip. Creates our twist. All right, bring the opposite hand to the upper knee, and then we'll bring the other arm out in front. I'm going to do a rainbow arc overhead. Inhale the arm up overhead as you twist, and then come to a beautiful twist where you're holding the chair. Breathe and hold, no straining through the neck and head. Coming back, inhale, release the arm, rainbow arc up overhead, coming back to center, and release. Soak that in. And let's go to the other side. Crossing at the ankle, the knees, or knee and ankle, settling in. And then bringing the opposite hand to the top knee, other arm up in front. Rainbow arc. On an inhale, all the way up. And then settle in. Know how deeply you want to get into the stretch. Be gentle with the shoulders, the neck, the eyes. And then to release on an inhale, raise the arm, and exhale, rainbow arc, back to center, and release. Take a moment to do anything else your body needs before you sit in stillness for seated meditation. Settle in. And give yourself an opportunity to really feel supported by the chair. So no effort is needed here. Close your eyes or have a soft downward gaze. And if you want to support our kidney and bladder energy in the body, you can simply hold your index finger lightly, one side or the other, doesn't matter which one, right in your lap. And enjoy some time to go inward and reap the benefits of the practice today. remain with your inward attention for another few moments. But bring your awareness to your ears. Bring an awareness to what you are listening to. What are you taking in through your ears? What do you hear? Are you hearing the sounds of your house? Are you hearing sounds of life in terms of animals or others around you? Maybe you're listening to your inner circulation, maybe even your heartbeat. Or maybe it's a wish or a goal that you've been saying to yourself and you're listening to those words. Just notice what comes to mind as you bring your awareness to your hearing. And enjoy having this opportunity to bring that awareness to the rest of the day, listening, taking in the different sounds that are around you. Slowly come back to the day, deepening the breath, beginning to wiggle, stretch, yawn, opening up, waking up. Thank you.